So we're gonna watch Bruce Rivers go over the evidence against Andrew Tate and watch Andrew Tate lie when he was on the Tucker Carlson show. You know, Bruce Rivers is a criminal attorney. He does a great job of breaking down the actual evidence and showing you the truth, who and what Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate actually are, and the crimes that they've committed. So let's get into this.
If you are a client, you won't be disappointed as well. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Andrew Tate today. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about Andrew Tate. Now, here's the latest news on Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate was released from home confinement. Doesn't mean he was released from conditions on total. Tate, he won't be able to leave the country. He won't be allowed to be in close proximity to any of the other co-defendants. I don't know if that means his brother or not.
All right, let's stop that right there. When Andrew Tate got off a house arrest, it's basically a formality, and all the Andrew Tate underwear sniffers and the bot accounts went online and were saying how he beat the case. That's why they let him off house arrest. Nothing could be further from the truth. He's off house arrest in name only. He can't travel outside the country. He can't even leave the county that he's staying in.
Or any of the witnesses or any of the alleged victims and their immediate family members. So he can't be near to anybody, and he can't travel outside of his county unless he gets permission. Tate's folks said this positive outcome gives us confidence that a more favorable developments are on the horizon. That's just wishful thinking, in my opinion. The court's decision says all four defendants will be subjected to geographical restriction, limiting them to the territories of Bucharest municipality and the nearby county unless they get prior approval from the judge. So they can't go any.
They can't go anywhere. The Tates are still they're still on house arrest without calling it house arrest. The judge is never going to allow them to travel anywhere, and they're confined to their home and their county. So it's all in name. This whole spin as soon as they got let off house arrest that, oh, this is a positive outcome, and that means that the prosecutor has no evidence against the Tates is completely ridiculous. And this whole narrative was probably spun by the Tate's PR team
without prior approval. So and here's the statement from Tate, and then we're gonna play some other stuff. But in January, when I was thrown into a jail cell, the media reported and told the world that I was a terrible person. They said that I hurt people and that I made a lot of money from criminal enterprises. He said, and then and here we stand 7 or 8 months later.
Now, artificial intelligence can generate ad creatives automatically. The program is called Ad Creative AI, and it helps.
And I've not seen a single victim on the news. I've seen lots of people sticking up for me, lots of people defending me, and I've not seen a single person stand up and say that I have hurt them. Okay. He won't. He won't see that because he won't see that until the inside of a courtroom. Let's kind of look at some of these messages.
Violence? No.
So somehow, and I'm going to preface this with, and take this with a grain of salt. We'll take that. But supposedly these came from the war room. Serious girls don't lie. Yes, I understand. You are never going back to Timisoara even to visit. Understand? Yes, I understand. My people there are telling me that you talked to tons of men and worked in a sex club. I'm not having you going back there for them to call me and tell me some shit. That's a lie. This is between he and one of the gals. That's a lie because I said earlier, look at me. I'm a simple girl, of course. They are jealous and mad at me for being happy. Why would they try to destroy it? As you see, I don't have lots of friends there. Probably only 2 or 3. The rest are the people that know me and I've seen them but not friends. You don't need to leave the house in Bucharest without me or Georgiana. We are together always.
So Andrew Tate, you know, he's telling this girl that she's not allowed to leave the house without him ever, or Georgiana, the madam, you know, she doesn't get enough credit for being a piece of garbage that she is. And if the Tates get 10 years in prison, which they deserve, Georgiana should be right there with them because she's just as guilty as them.
That is a classic control measure. And force, fraud, or coercion are all they need for to prove sex trafficking.
What?
Did you hear that? Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate underwear sniffers? It doesn't have to be by force. It could be by coercion, or it could be by manipulation. to prove human trafficking. So there you go. There's round one of the evidence that, the Tate fan base always said, show us the evidence. And then when they get shown the evidence, they're like, oh, there's no evidence there.
Are you charged with?
That's a really good question. I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting girls to make TikTok videos.
They face charges which include human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women.
OnlyFans is the best hustle in the world.
Are they accusing you of using violence or?
No. They're accusing me of using the lover boy method, coercing them by being nice.
So the lover boy.
Oh yeah, Andrew. They're just the definition of the lover boy method is just you being nice, right? That's it. You're so witty, Andrew.
Method is not just coercing by being nice. That'd be one thing.
You're hearing it
But
from an
it's
attorney.
coercing by fraud and deception.
I don't mention webcam until after I've had sex with the girl. If you're on dates and you're trying to mention it and shit, it just doesn't work. It puts them off. I'd never do that. That's disgusting.
So we've already reacted to some of this stuff. And him saying that he doesn't, the method, it's slow. Oh, you're my baby, you're this, and you give the girl the illusion that you're in love with them.
I'm not a whore. It's just not gonna work. You continue as normal, no mention of webcam. You fuck the girl. After you fuck the girl, you do the PhD test.
So he doesn't mention webcam at all. He has the girls leave their country, leave their friends, leave their family. He won't let them travel back to where they're from, and nobody thinks that this is human trafficking. I mean, the evidence is pretty much overwhelming.
So yeah, on CobraTake.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is pimp and hose degree.
Oh, look at that. Pimping hose degree. Right? Oh, he's not a pimp. Isn't that what all the Andrew Tate fans say? He's not a pimp. Isn't that what he says? Oh, I'm not a pimp. Well, he teaches a class online, pimping hose degree. That's clever.
Pimping hose degree. Really? Imagine that they're gonna play that shit in court. Pimp.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They're gonna play that in court to the judge. It's not a trial by jury. It's just a one-man judge. That's gonna look great in the courtroom.
Hose degree. Pimp and hose degree. Tell me how that's gonna play in court to a one-person tribunal.
There you go.
It's just a judge. That's all it is. He doesn't get a jury.
He's so clever. Look at him. He's so clever.
That teaches basically how I got
Scumbag.
girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam.
That is a scam. How I did this, how I got them to do this, how I got them to do that.
To work on webcam for me.
Everything about the Tates is a scam. The webcam is a scam. The war room is a scam. The real world is a scam. I mean, you could look at the videos by CoffeeZilla. You could look at the videos by Jordan Welch. Everything that this guy did to become a millionaire is off the backs of others scamming people for their money. He has done nothing to earn the money that he has now other than scam. Even the casino that he had, Las Vegas casinos, it was shut down. He had casinos in Romania that he was partners with in the Romania mafia, and they shut down the casinos because when people would finally win, which was only 8% of the time, the employees there would beat them up and rob them and take the money back. Sounds like the Tates. Sounds just like Andrew and Tristan Tate.
You're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me.
Oh yeah, he's gonna explain it to them properly, right? He's gonna have his bottom B come and explain it to the girl. I have to explain it to you properly. How to take your clothes off to make money for me, Andrew.
Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch is.
See, this is a total.
A girl has to hear from a girl, your bottom B. He's the great, and according to the Tate, they're changing the world. They're solving the problems in the West, right? Candace Owens, horrible journalist, didn't ask him the tough questions about these videos. Patrick Bet-David didn't ask him the tough questions about these videos. Tucker Carlson Didn't ask him the tough questions about these videos.
Manipulation, total scam. And I know some of the detractors or the supporters of Andrew Tate are going to say, she's got the choice to do this, this, or this. But when he says to her, you're not fucking leaving, and then takes their passport, doesn't give them money, or screws them out of even $1, that's force and fraud and coercion.
All bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me. This girl's like, okay, well,
that is not okay. That is classic sex trafficking.
Tried it, put both girls on camera together the first day, so the new girl could sit there and just sit with the other girl and get drunk, give them a bottle of vodka.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine, so I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous.
And that's how I got rich. So that teaches everything I know from start to finish about not only getting girls, not only obtaining them, but retaining.
Look at the guy's face. Look at his face. Like, he wants to throw. Andrew's so happy. Like, yeah, this is how I lied to girls and profited off them and pimped them out. And the dude's face with the glasses, he's ready to throw up. Look at him. Like, he's gonna be sick.
Because that's a completely different game as well.
That's a completely different game as well. Because if you have the girl there and she does it once and she's like, I really don't like this, you think he's gonna make any fucking money if they stop? No, of course not. So he's gonna.
There are a lot of claims in the document about crazy things that the pyramids can do. Forget about just the lasers coming out of
to control every aspect of their fucking being. Otherwise, he doesn't make money.
And over time, I just built up this big little empire of webcam girls. At one point, I had 4 locations, 75 girls working for me. I'd take around half of the money, around 50%.
You take 50%.
Around 50%.
They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity was because of taxes.
And we've reacted to that before, and
He loves to self-snitch, He stole money from them and told them it was because of taxes. Great guy. Great human being, huh?
Talked about that before.
These women.
You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave. Because they're like, oh, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to stay with him. He has everything. It's important. I'm telling you, it's a very important element, that control.
It's a very important element, that control.
And they will leave if you don't have every aspect under control. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax, because girls are lazy and girls are stupid and girls don't understand how taxes work. And
because girls are lazy and because girls are stupid and they don't understand how taxes work. And then he'll make videos online how women are the most important people on the planet because they give birth to children. Like, Andrew, you can't. It's just one video, you say one thing, and then another video you're contradicting yourself. But that's typical Tate's, because he's a bullshit artist.
You're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. Now, that allows you to do 2 things. One is another control element.
See how that control is a recurring theme over and over and over again?
If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. The control element.
And he doesn't have respect for these women at all because he thinks they're stupid.
It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%, and I said that the disparity is because of taxes. If they say, why is it 50-50? I'm the one who knows what he's doing. I'm the one with the knowledge. I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up. Go online. Print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here and sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real is happening. Nothing's happening besides me getting rich, bitch.
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch. That's what he just...
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, Bia. That's wonderful, right? I mean, you don't ask him about this video. Tucker Carlson, you don't ask him about this video. Patrick Bet-David, I mean, I know you like to be a tough guy with Anthony Weiner, Pee Wee Herman. How come you didn't keep the same energy for the Tate brothers? Instead, you sat across from them in awe of them, like almost like you were in love with both of them.
So he's taking another 20% of what would have been their earnings, saying he's paying taxes, but he's not paying taxes. His words.
So you have the control on the one side. You can't go anywhere. That is coercion, period. Then you have the other part that's them getting cheated out of their money, saying it's going to taxes when we know it's not.
He would just pay me a flat fee of £15 an hour.
We got to the point where we had these guys falling in love with my models, serious, big time in love, right? Sending crazy money. And they were convinced they were going to meet the chick. This is almost where I kind of felt bad. Because they were like, can we meet? I've sent you $200,000.
When you look at the money that I was actually bringing in, it just doesn't even scratch the surface.
I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it.
And
there you go. He had men selling their life savings, their houses, all of it. He's so proud of himself. So online, he's figuring out all men's problems, right? But then at the same time, he is ruining men with prostitution, with webcam, with casinos, with drugs. He's trying to play God and the devil at the same time. And to his credit, a lot of the people, they fall for his garbage when he's a total scam artist. He's a total scumbag. And he's just so proud of himself for ruining other people's lives.
Bragging about how he's just absolutely screwing people and getting away with it, so to speak. I mean, gentlemen, how is that honorable? I mean, how is that cool? I mean, how is that sustainable? This is not sustainable.
All of it, to me. Give me it all. I was all about trying to get paid.
I'm all about trying to get paid. I mean, I'm not going to actually work. I'm going to capitalize off of, young men that don't know any better that can give me $50 a month, or girls that come from broken homes, or I'm going to deal drugs. I mean, the thought of actually getting a job and, going to work would never cross Andrew Tate's mind. He's too good to get a job, him and Tristan.
I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make
obey
me money.
him.
Really? Is that what you did? Okay. Fuck. Where's that big fork? Stick a fork in him.
Yeah, stick the
turn
fork
him
in
over.
Give him the
he's
10
done.
years. Call it a day.
That's what I wanted. So I was a pimp in that sense.
Were there any
Oh, wait. He was a pimp in that. So he's calling himself a pimp, right? Which he's denied a million times. I'm not a pimp. I'm the greatest guy ever. I'm changing the world. I'm changing the future. I'm changing people's lives. He's a pimp. That's what he is. He's a pimp. He's a pedophile. He's a human trafficker, and he's an admitted ex-drug dealer.
other instances where there was physical abuse?
I saw him smack girls with a belt.
My dears? You're not my dears. That's right, lock the door, you knew I was going to beat the out of you.
I was going to
If you behaved, I wouldn't have to hit you, would I?
If you behaved, I wouldn't have to hit you. Now, we don't have context here, obviously, but let's just go with it because it sort of fits the MO, right? And obviously innocent until proven guilty, but this ain't a court of law. This is YouTube. I'm giving my opinion on what I think here, and I'm telling you, his lawyers have a very uphill battle because there's just a mountain of evidence against him, and it comes from his own mouth.
Look at that. Where did all the evidence come from? It came from the arrogant Andrew and Tristan Tate's two big mouths, of which I've said over and over and over again. Every time I make a video, all the Andrew Tate, zombies and underwear sniffers, where's the evidence, you loser? Oh, this and that. You hate them because they're rich. You hate them because they're good looking. You hate them because you're ugly. No, I don't hate anybody, and I just follow the evidence, and the evidence comes from their mouths.
You get out. You can't stay in there forever.
Once again, this is an IQ test, right? Because any guy who's bad with women would look at it and go, Tate's a woman beater.
I say it. Look at the camera. This is what happens, you don't listen. Look at the camera. Why are you getting hit? Why are you getting beaten? You don't listen. You. Do as I say.
Any man who's actually a G.
Anybody who hits a woman deserves what they get. Scorn. It's ridiculous. You should never hit a woman ever, 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 ever. There's never a fucking reason to hit a woman, period. And any guy who sits there, oh, there might be an occasion. No, there's never, no. No. Well, what about no? No. There's never a fucking time to hit a woman, period. End of story. You don't need to do that. It's ridiculous. They deserve better. They deserve better than guys like Andrew Tate, honestly.
G, who's been around a little bit, would
He's
look at the
a G,
video and go,
right?
man,
He's a low-life pimp. That's what he is.
The media machine.
Nobody fucking wants that shit. Nobody.
They'd call up ex-girlfriends and say, if you have anything bad to say about Andrew, we can pay you $50,000.
You see, Chesney's be so manipulative.
They
He
tried
thinks he's
very
the
hard.
smartest guy in the room.
They didn't find any evidence of anything.
And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed I saw him raping her. And,
People say, why did you remain here?
See, guys like this get off on the power differential. Okay? Sure, he wants to make money. That's ancillary. He also really loves getting off on the power differential. And that's why he feels he can do the things that he does. Because it's a power trip.
I explain my 5 reasons. One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a fucking rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say to do what I want. I like being free.
And of course, they don't go out. They're not allowed out. You stay in the house.
That restriction of movement is coercion.
There you go.
It just is.
Restriction of movement, coercion. You're hearing it from an attorney, not from a YouTuber or a guy that you guys think is jealous. This is an attorney. He's not going to lie. Bruce Rivers is really a super credible channel, great channel that he has. And you're hearing all the evidence right from Andrew Tate's mouth.
You know, you can say that I'm biased. I don't give a shit if you say I'm biased, because maybe I am. Biased to the law. I know what the law is. And
there you go. He knows exactly what the law is, and he's telling you what the law states, and he's telling you why Andrew and Tristan Tate are guilty as hell.
The law is restricting somebody of their movement is, by its nature, coercion.
Because I'm not particularly, what would you say, impressed by what he's done on the sex business front. It seems to me a bit on the pimpy side, let's say.
Oh, and so now that Jordan Peterson called out Andrew and Tristan Tate, what they actually are, pimps, pedophiles, and human traffickers, now piece of garbage Andrew Tate is posting pictures with Jordan, Jordan's his daughter, Jordan Peterson's daughter, excuse me, to be just a piece of garbage that he is. So you don't like the guy, you don't like the fact that the guy told the truth about you, so you post pictures of his daughter. But Andrew Tate's the greatest guy in the world, right? And then you have his lover Justin Waller saying that Jordan Peterson's a hypocrite. Why are you mad, Justin? Because he tells the truth about your idols, Andrew and Tristan Tate?
I get called a pimp a lot, but the reason I use the term is because I don't see it as a negative term. I see it as positively inspirational and motivating person.
She has to respect you and love you.
Positively motivated person. Are you? He's such a piece of garbage.
And one
positively inspirational and motivating person. Pimp.
Want to work
that's
with
original.
you, and that's done through positively inspirational and motivating person. I'm gonna send you a book. It's a guy called.
This is the guy that everybody thinks is the greatest guy ever. He's going to fix all the problems
50
in the
laws
West.
of the game. And one of the laws of the game is a hoe without instruction.
He's just disgusting, honestly. And if you guys are sitting there thinking, I want to be a pimp, you're disgusting too. Because why don't you be a man? A man is somebody who's there for his family every day and supports his family. A man is somebody who doesn't have to look over his shoulder to the law. A man is somebody who is a positive influence on somebody who builds, not takes away, not somebody who has to restrict somebody's movement, somebody who has to, con women into not thinking they're getting more money when they're not, thinking that he's taking something and paying taxes when he's not. A man is somebody that is honest and decent and loving. I mean, what's wrong with loving? What's wrong with having an idea come from the other side?
No, the only person that Andrew Tate loves is himself. So all you morons out there that think that he cares about you and he's changing, the only thing he's trying to change is his bank account to get more and more money. He don't care about him, Justin Waller, Tristan Tate. They all look at you as pawns in their chess game.
And so, that makes a lot of sense. I know I'm kind of, preaching a little bit here, but God damn it, these guys who sit here and hold him up like this icon of what? Of what?
Exactly. all you guys holding Andrew and Tristan Tate like these big icons. Justin Waller also, like, of what exactly? That a pimp, a human trafficker, a pedophile? And don't tell me he's not a pedophile, because he's made tweets. You can go on his Twitter account where he's comparing himself to Jeffrey Epstein, where him and Tristan are supporting people that have had sex with 15-year-old girls because they think that that's normal.
He doesn't have any fucking Bugattis now except for his scooters. He got a whole bunch of Bugatti scooters. I mean, they took his money, and they took his cars, and now they're going to take his freedom. That's the guy you want to emulate? Somebody who beats women, somebody who restricts their freedom, somebody who cons them out of money? You want to be that guy? Why don't you learn how to make money the old-fashioned way? Go get a degree. Open your own business. Do something cool, something honorable, something that you can lift your head up and say, God, I feel really good about this. You know, this webcam business, I mean, yeah, you can make a lot of money at it, but in all honesty, it's just gross. It's just absolutely gross. So, anyway, this has just been our little reaction. So here's the deal. So we are going to go. God, I said it again. Fuck. We need to get merch. No, we don't need to get merch. That says that. We are going to go down to Palmer.
So that's my video on Andrew Tate. You're hearing the evidence from an actual attorney. He knows the law inside and out. He's taking Andrew Tate's own words, and Andrew Tate's guilty as hell. Tristan Tate is guilty as hell. Justin Waller is a piece of garbage too, because he also promotes these pieces of garbage, and he knows exactly what they are.